Alright, so this is probably going to be the last video within this project that we've been doing. If it wasn't for the spirit, it would have broke me. Alright? Um, Bruh, I did not plan it this way. It just happened this way by way of the spirit. Okay? So let's continue.
And now they're trying to forcefully change children. You know how Satan is. He takes something and he goes to the extreme. He perverts, he pollutes, he distorts, and he embellishes. He does it so that you will be afraid of the chosen ones. Because we are not orthodox. We're unusual. And Satan knows this. So he uses what's unorthodox and he perverts it and exploits it. This is what he did. Why the hell else would you think that grown-ass men covered in hair, looking like clowns, dressed in frilly dresses, reading to children in kindergarten? Like, why do you think that they do some shit like that? All you gotta do is use common sense. Because I'm not saying that they're not choosing these freaking weirdos and that they're not harming the children. You gotta understand who's running this. You gotta understand who's running the world. Okay, these people are wholly wicked, savagely wicked. Okay, so I ain't saying that they're not pedophiles. They probably are. Okay, but you gotta ask yourself, why in the hell are they doing this? Because clearly they want to scare the shit out of you. All right? So anybody that calls themselves a transgender, all of a sudden you're gonna have a feeling about that person. You're gonna be like, oh, you're evil. You're one of them. This is why they do that. Okay? And so that you can justify hating your neighbor. Yeah, so you can justify, because if they are raping children, okay, let's just say that they are, all right, then, and you know it, all right, then all of it, that's going to create a feeling within you against anybody that's using the same title, okay? So if we use the same title, then you're automatically going to associate us with these weirdos who's raping children and doing all kinds of heinous things. Well, the wicked knows that. The wicked knows that, okay? And they use it against you, okay? What you need to understand is that it is about the actions.
Hold on. Now, this is what your elite, those who set themselves up in authority, this is what they are pushing upon children. Now, why would they be putting this stuff like this in a child's book? This is absolute perversion, okay? Children should not be exposed to this. This is how you should be alarmed that we are at the end of their wicked ass system. They have literally turned this into Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? There's hardly no love in the hearts of people. All right, there's no kindness, no compassion, no mercy, no empathy, but yet they're pushing sexual immorality. All right, sexual perversion. All right, pushing it hardcore. All right, why in the hell is this book targeted towards children? That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, this is crazy as hell. All right. Why is Amazon selling this? This is clearly a children's book. This is sickness. Alright? If this does not alarm you, how close to the end we are of their wicked ass vile system of immorality. Alright? Understand, people. Understand. works with Amber Alerts, but attempted to kidnap children, like, allegedly, for these politicians. You know? Understand. You have been asleep, alright? When you live in a world filled with elite pedophiles, celebrity worship, brainwashing, propaganda, authoritarian gaslighting, falsified history, clear corruption, and someone calls you a crazy conspiracy theorist for exposing it. Why in the hell am I so hated? Why am I so hated for speaking the truth about the real reality that we have been forced to live in? Why, like, is it because you are so in love with this reality? You're so in love with gross darkness. You're so in love with straight up deception, manipulation, deceit. Like, you're complacent, you're comfortable worshiping money in order to sustain your life upon earth. You don't want to get to know the Most High, the living power, the one that created our soul. Like, wow. I don't get you people, okay? Therefore, I am an alien upon this earth. Why are you directing all your hate and all your negativity towards me when I'm bringing divine love to humanity and all of creation? Why are you calling me a crazy conspiracy theorist for exposing it? Why are you hating on me, people? I get that they are doing this, but you gotta look beneath the surface level, okay? You gotta look beyond the propaganda, okay? This is blatant propaganda. They got a purpose for doing this, and like, how can you not see that they do this on purpose, purposely? Okay? Oh my God. You need to ask yourself why they're doing this, people. Not just to accept that is perversion. Clearly is perversion. But ask yourself why they are exploiting this. Why are they why are they doing this in the public so openly, so blatantly? What would be their purpose for doing this? If you go deeper, you will realize that the truth is they know there's no such thing as gender. Okay? Gender can be whatever the hell mortal men say it is because men created gender. Alright? But the Most High created male and female. Okay? But gender is different. Gender is a social construct. It is how you are expected to act. It is how you are expected to dress. It is how you are expected to behave. Okay? I have every right to be who I am. Okay? But these wicked ass people, they use what's different and they wholly exploit it. Okay? So this should be illegal. Like, why the hell? Any other time, they will lock a man up for indecent exposure. Okay? But somehow during Pride Month, Men can walk around naked, being allowed to expose their body in front of young children during gay pride parades all over America. I wonder when the hell they began implementing the gay pride parade. 1970. Imagine that. Wow. Wow. This when they implemented this, okay? But why, like, I was never prideful, all right, of being different, all right? I wasn't proud. I just wanted to be me, all right? And I wasn't gay. I wasn't a lesbian, okay? Yes, I was attracted to females, but I had an issue with my body. I felt like I didn't fit in my body. Okay, and from a young age, when I began to develop, that's when I began to feel some type of way about my body. Not just because people treated me a certain way because of it, but also because it didn't feel natural to me. Okay, I was different. I felt different. I was born different. Okay, so anyway, I never got off into this. Never got off into this because I was never prideful of my differences. I wanted to know why the hell I was so different. All right, I didn't fit in with gay people. All right, but and I didn't even hear the term transgendered until later on in life. Okay, when I was about maybe freaking 18 or 19 or so. Okay, that's when I first heard about transgender. All my life, I just did not know where I fit because I didn't fit in with lesbians. Okay, I knew I wasn't a lesbian. All right, I experimented, from a young age, and I knew that it didn't feel right. My body didn't feel right. Okay, but that was me and my experiences. All right, I never got off into any of this. This is Satan perverting what he knew was going to be coming. All right, because the Great Spirit uses the unorthodox. Okay, uses the unorthodox, what's unusual. All right, so Satan took what was unusual, very rare, someone born into a female body that has a lot of masculinity. He'll take that and exploit it to the maximum extent, okay, to the extreme. All right, so that way it will create uneasy feelings against those of us who are unorthodox and who are straying away from what's considered normal, dealing with gender. All right, because they created the gender. They created the gender roles. They created the gender stereotypes. All right? And it's the same thing with money, people. They created the economic system. They created the money. Therefore, they can control people based upon their creation. All right? It's the same thing with gender roles. All right? They created this social construct of gender. Therefore, they can control people dealing with gender. Okay? And they can bring about their agendas. All right? And manipulate the minds of the people. This is what they have done. All right, so you look at these gay pride parades and you see how men are able to just, expose themselves, in front of young children. That's perversion. All right? Understand that is perversion. And I have nothing to do with this. Never did. This never excited me. I was invited to go to gay pride parades, and I just would never, I never wanted to go because I never felt prideful, and I felt it as a curse. Okay? All my life, I seen it as a curse. I did not know why I was so different. Okay? So I was the opposite of prideful. Though I was very bold and abrasive and, confrontational, I was not prideful, and I was confused on why I was the way I was dealing with my sex. All right? And literally being mistreated because I was different. And this is the reason why I was mistreated. Because they were afraid. All right, the people were afraid, like my family, my mom, all right, my family, the religious people around us, all right, you know, they were afraid, and they thought, my family thought I would grow up to be some kind of sexual deviant, okay? So I was always seen to be abnormal, all right, in my family. They thought I would grow up to be something like this, okay? Like, but bruh, no, it's just that I was set apart by the Father, all right? And I was created different, okay? We're all created unique, all right? But I'm of a minority that was born peculiar. All right? The scripture talks about his peculiar people, okay? Peculiar, unusual, and strange, sometimes in an unpleasant way. Okay? My type of personality comes off as unpleasant. All right? Naturally, my personality comes off unpleasant because of my boldness, my abrasiveness, all right? Just my natural I don't even know how to put it in words, bro. But um I guess my aura, the light, the shield, okay, that the Most High has been with me my whole life, even when I was in ignorance. All right? So it's caused a lot of people to have an uneasy feeling around me. All right? Because it is exposing. All right? People don't understand that we were born into such a wicked ass system. All right? Lied to about everything, all right, and been taught to be complacent with it, okay? But the Most High had his hand on my life because all my life I could not be complacent um in gross darkness. All right, I could not just accept that life ain't fair. Get over it. Okay, I noticed that it created cold, hard hearts. All right, I was surrounded by the people. I was surrounded by people who had hardened hearts. All right, who lacked compassion, kindness, love, mercy, and empathy. But these were natural qualities that were instilled in me, in my heart. Okay, so I never really did anything to anybody that I wouldn't want done to myself. Okay, other than some surface level things, I stole, you know, before coming into realization that everything we do is being watched by the Most High. All right. Even our thoughts, knows our intentions, knows what we're gonna do before we do it. That kind of thing. All right. And I've gotten in fights before, growing up in school and whatnot. But I never plotted to, do anything to others. Okay. I was never that type of person. I've talked about it on another video with this series about, I think, I would automatically explode. Like I would blow up. I would go from zero to 100. All right, I am a fire sign. Okay, I'm a double fire, so I don't harvest anger or hatred or bitterness or envy or anything like that in my heart. If I have an issue with somebody, I bring it up right then and there. Okay, I confront it right then and there. All right, I'm the type of person to nip it in the bud right there, like right on the spot. All right, I don't harvest things in my heart. Okay, the only thing that I harvest in my heart is the fruits of the spirit. Okay, so there ain't no room for hatred. There's no room for bitterness. There's no room for jealousy. There's no room for envy. All right, there's no room for any of them evil spirits because my heart is filled with the love of the Most High. Okay, but this causes other people uneasiness. They feel uneasy around me because they are comfortable and complacent in this false ass reality. Okay? So, all my life, I did not know why my personality automatically came off unpleasant towards people. Okay? Like people were mistaking me. I was always mistaken. They always twisted my words. I was always like the one that was blamed. Okay? And I did not understand why I was always ostracized. Why I was always belittled and treated like as if I was irrelevant. Okay? Um And then also my family telling me, well, if you show yourself friendly, maybe you will have friends. Well, I was showing myself friendly. I just wasn't the type of person that took kindly to being forced into boxes. All right? Into categories. So I rub people the wrong way when I would not allow them to put me in their box. All right? So, it's important that I talk about these things. For one, it's healing for me, okay? And two, there may be others out there that has been through a lifetime of this, okay? And they may be wondering why everyone around them hates them, okay? And they're being told that it's their fault, all right? No, I'm just completely different. I have a heart full of love, compassion, mercy, empathy, kindness, goodness, and all of these things. I don't have a heart after money. Okay? So I was always regulated and regarded as a failure because in this reality, money is the standard. All right? You are a failure if you are not after obtaining money and success. Okay? My heart was not geared towards that. My heart was geared towards finding out why I'm on this earth. Okay? So I found out why I'm on this earth, people. And that's to please my maker. Now, distinctive. Alright? Marking as separate or different. Serving to distinguish. Okay? You have to know the difference between the Father's people, those of that's going to be used as being used by the Almighty, the living power, from those who just profess that they're being used by the living power. There has to be a way to mark us as separate or different, okay? Having or giving an uncommon and appealing quality. All right? having or giving style or distinction. All right? So I am very uncommon. All right? I should have an appealing quality to those who are genuine. If you are genuinely, authentically in love with your maker and want to please your maker, then the qualities that he instilled within me would be an appealing quality to you. All right? Therefore, you will begin to value me. But because you don't see me, you don't see the qualities that the Father has put within me as appealing and or relevant, all right, in this reality. You don't see, kindness, love, compassion, mercy, empathy, goodness, chastity, charity, generosity. All right, because I don't give to charities, but I sow out of my own poverty to those around me that are in need, because I live what I speak. Okay? Again, this should have an appealing quality. Like people should be loving me. But yet instead, because we're living in a false ass reality, people are literally hating me. All right? But I am uncommon. And I have an appealing quality to the Most High. All right? And I'm uncommon in this world. All right? So you got to understand, having or giving an uncommon and appealing quality. All right? You can't have both in a false reality. Okay? Because that which is uncommon in a false reality is going to be the problem, according to those of the mass consensus. All right? Because the mass consensus is happy with status quo. All right? But those who are uncommon, not getting with the status quo, they are considered the problem. However, they are appealing to their maker. All right? So I am appealing to my maker. I have an appealing quality of my maker. All right? And you people are not seeing it. You people are continuing to want to mistreat those of us who have the appealing quality to the Most High. Okay? What the Most High cares about is what I'm living. All right? I live his oracles. So why are you going to make things hell for yourself by mistreating me? Different. All right? Distinct. Non-identical. All right? The opposite of a carbon copy robot. Unlike. Okay? Dissimilar, distinguishable, all right, set apart, okay, distant, all right. The world believes in blood sacrifice in order to save them from their sins, all right. This includes all your religions, all right. But I know I am distant from that ideology, because I know that the Great Spirit does not require any kind of blood sacrifice for amendment of your sin. No, the Great Spirit only requires obedience, repentance and obedience. All right? Humility. All right? That's what the living power requires. Not the death and suffering and misery of someone else, another being, shedding blood. My power don't want you shedding blood. My power said thou shalt not kill. Therefore, I am distant from the ideology of the world that God requires a blood sacrifice for redemption of sin. I walk in obedience. Okay? That's very distant from the ideology of the mass consensus dealing with redemption. Alright? Odd, curious, eccentric. I was called eccentric once by one of my managers. I think at Mazio's. Either Maslow, it was at Brahms. Alright? At Brahms. Alright? Yep. All my life I've been unusual. Alright? Odd, curious. Alright? Special. I've always known that there was something about my life that was special. I didn't know what it was, alright, but I knew that there was something about my life that was special. I wanted to find out why I was here. What was special about my life? Okay, I cared about that all my life, even though I couldn't verbalize it. Okay, I didn't have understanding. I just knew within me that I was here for something. Okay, I was here to do something, and I knew that which they were telling me to do, that did not resonate with my soul. Okay, and so I had to rebel against that, people. All right. Okay. Now, oops. For the Most High has chosen Jacob unto himself, and Israel for his peculiar treasure. Alright, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Alright, and he had 12 sons. Okay? Who he demonstrated with his life the eternal laws, that we might follow suit and be redeemed from all of our iniquity, and purify ourselves like unto him, a peculiar people, zealous of good works, good deeds. Okay, he was not a blood sacrifice. All right. So you even have the scriptures that's been perverted with that ideology. Alright? He didn't come here to be no blood sacrifice to cover your sin. You're going to pay for your own damn wickedness because you got free agency. Okay? And you're going to reap what you sow. No amount of blood atonement is going to change that. Alright, my coffee getting cold, bro. Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice, indeed, and keep my pure covenant, the covenant of no bloodshed, the covenant of no eating of flesh and or blood. You cannot separate the blood apart from the flesh, because it's all throughout the flesh. You know it when you cook it in your pan. You see the blood running out in your pan. When you cook the blood, it is still blood. It is not juice, it's cooked blood. Okay? We are not to eat blood nor flesh. We are not to spill any blood whatsoever. We are to keep this covenant. If you obey my voice indeed and keep my pure covenant of no bloodshed, no defiling your temple with dead bodies and blood, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Okay? This is the Messiah telling us this. Alright? Yes. Before he came to the earth to demonstrate the eternal law. Alright? All things was appointed to him. He became the heir of all things. Okay? So we know that, that's him. Alright? 1 second. First Peter 2:9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Ain't no way you're going to tell me that I wasn't born into great darkness, great deception, a world of illusion. Ain't no way in hell you're going to tell me that the holy wicked, having set themselves in authority over all humanity and all creation, been writing the laws and the legislations, ain't no way you can convince me that this came from the Most High living power and that he ordained it. Oh no. My power merely allowed it for a certain amount of time. And your time is up because he woke up his people in the land of our captivity. He called us up out of darkness into his marvelous light. Deuteronomy 26:18. And the Most High has avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, as he has promised thee, and that we should keep all his instructions. Okay? Obedience is key. It has nothing to do with believing. If you truly believed, then you would obey. Not just confess out your mouth and psych yourself out to believe in your heart that you're saved by blood sacrifice. You are deeply deceived if that's you. Okay? All throughout the scripture, he's telling you to keep his commandments. Keep his instruction. Be obedient. Love your neighbor as you do yourself. Do for others that which you will want done for yourself. Don't do to others things you would not want done to yourself. If you don't want to be in a slaughterhouse, traumatized, tortured, murdered, and butchered, mutilated, then you need to stop partaking of it happening to the animals. Okay? Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy power, and the Most High has chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth. Why is that? Because righteousness is going to rule. And when righteousness is in rule, then all humanity and all creation will be at peace. because we will have the authority and the control over the resources of the earth. Therefore, we would not be hoarding it for ourselves, for our own selfish gain, like the wicked do. Now, need to understand who's been running this shit. Okay? You're demonizing the wrong people. Find out where we are in the audio. Second.
Is that it is about the actions.
Yes, okay, so it's about the actions. Alright, 1 second. You are to judge the fruit, people. You need to stop judging on surface level. Alright, so 1 second. One second, I'm bringing some things up. We still got some things we need to deal with. Dealing with that agenda that the wicked has going on, okay? We have free agency, so it is on us to take accountability. We must take responsibility for our own damn choices and our actions, okay? We must take responsibility for our own choices and actions, all right? We don't learn anything till we take ownership of what we do during our mortality, all right? And that's what this means by take ownership of your life. It doesn't necessarily mean that the Great Spirit can't lead and guide you. If you are in one accord with the Great Spirit, then your actions would be according to the attributes of the Great Spirit. All right? And therefore you could trust in the Great Spirit to take care of you, all right? Establish you, all right? Ordain your steps, okay? Take control of your life. Be utilized in your life. All right? You have to choose to allow the Great Spirit to utilize your life. You can't just say, I want my life to be utilized by the Great Spirit. I mean, you can say it, but the Great Spirit can't utilize your life unless you are in one accord with the Great Spirit and you are obedient to the Great Spirit. Okay? Because we have free agency. And the Great Spirit is not going to force righteousness upon you. Not going to force in the Messiah, not gonna force the Holy Spirit upon you, not gonna force the Spirit of truth upon you. All right, you have to open up the door of your heart. All right, you must take responsibility for your choice. If you choose to keep that door slammed shut, the door to your heart, you refuse to let the living word into your heart so that it can transform you by way of the Spirit, that is your choice, okay? And you are going to take responsibility for your choice, all right? Because with your choice, you have chosen to side with Lucifer, all right? Your lower carnal nature, Satan, okay? Selfishness, greed, All right, hatred, bitterness, envy. You're siding with the demonic realm. You're siding with the adversary. All right, therefore you make your choice for the side of wickedness against righteousness. Therefore you condemn yourself. Okay, and you're gonna reap what you have been sowing towards others. Okay, is a universal law that cannot be changed. So either way, you're gonna take responsibility for your choices and your actions. Because if it wasn't for that eternal law, you would never learn. You would never learn to not do to others things that you wouldn't want done to yourself. So therefore, you are going to learn. All right? Yes, you're going to experience exactly what you have been sowing toward others. All right? And the only ones that's going to be protected are those who have humbly repented and turned from their wicked ways and have chosen to atone. All right? Undo their wickedness. Okay? If they've been selfish their whole damn life and they have abundance, it would be well with you to begin to be generous. Okay? Let us not love with word or speech, but with actions and in truth. That's scripture. 1 John 3:18. The Most High ain't about vain lip service. Actions prove who someone is. Words just prove who they want to be. You want to be used by the Almighty, but you don't want to do what the Almighty instructed for you to do in order for you to be used. Therefore, you be jealous and salty of those of us who are obedient and who do obtain his spirit. Love is not by saying, I love you. It's about care and attention, which proves that your love is really true. Okay? How the hell can you have an abundance sitting in a bank account and you come across one of my videos talking about my situation of poverty, facing huge ass financial mountains in which I can't move in and of my own power without having to pine after money? How can you say that you truly love me when you're letting all of that money sit in your bank account and you refuse to help me? It will be irrelevant. Your words will be vain and superficial. And that's the world that I have been forced to live in all this time. But now time's up for that. Now it's time that you begin to take care and pay attention. All right? Because we're giving you the true gospel. All right? Yes, we are. The righteous will consider the cause of the poor, but the wicked, this is how you know that you're wicked, all right? You have no regard for such concerns, all right? Your heart is hardened, all right? So when your heart is hardened, because you ain't got no regard, you ain't got no care, you refuse to pay attention, all right? Then clearly you are superficial. Your love is void. Okay, it ain't love. All right, your love is conditional. All right, and you don't have a genuine love for the Most High. No, your love is upon your money. Okay, so you need to understand. All right. Only the righteous are going to have the ears to hear this true gospel. The righteous will consider the cause of the poor. This is the separation of the sheep from the goats, who are wicked, having no regard for such concerns. Okay? Now, you're going to take responsibility for your choices one way or another. All right? Whether you choose to do it while you still have time, or when that time interval comes of you reaping what you have been sowing, you gonna take responsibility then, because you're gonna be dealing with your curses. All right? Yes, all of you wealthy people who ain't had to worry about how you gonna sustain your life. You've had an abundance. All right? You've been living lavishly. You got private jets. You got private planes, private yachts. You've been able to take ski resorts, and you got a cabin in the woods, a beach house, a lake house, a penthouse downtown overlooking the city. Okay? Like, you just been living lavishly. All right? Understand, you are about to be in utter poverty, and you are gonna die of starvation. All right? I'm not wishing this upon you. This is prophecy. The reason why you're gonna reap this is because this is what you and your forefathers have been sowing against nations of people. Okay? So you're going to know what it feels like to go without. And there won't be any deliverance for you whatsoever. Okay? Now, let's find out where we are.
Is that it is about the actions, it's about the deeds. All right? And there ain't nothing righteous whatsoever, even deeper, even as deep as it could possibly go. There's nothing righteous about a grown ass man in a frilly dress with freaking rainbow hair with a child sitting on his lap reading to them. There ain't nothing righteous about that whatsoever. That's a perversion. Okay, it's a straight up perversion. And that's not something that would come from the righteous kingdom. Okay, the righteous kingdom wouldn't do nothing nowhere near that. That's sickness. That's twistedness. All right, that's a pollution. That's a perversion. All right. So you gotta get past what something appears to be on surface level. All right. Because if you don't, then you will continue to follow the status quo. And when you continue to follow the status quo, you're going to continue to reject the word by way of the Spirit that comes from the Father, who has his people here trying to help you before imminent destruction upon the wicked.
Now, we're going to be playing a lot of that back again, so 1 second.
You gotta get...
Yes, okay. Now, give me 1 moment, alright? Because I gotta bring some stuff up right quick. Look beneath the surface, alright? Moment. Thank you. Alright, this is what I need. Alright. Now the Messiah then told you to look beneath the surface so that you can judge correctly. Alright? That's the way the Messiah told you, don't judge a book by its cover. Alright? You people are judging me, alright, based upon surface level thinking. Okay? But you are refusing to look at the fruit. Okay? You should be paying attention to the fruit of the Spirit. But many of you have been casting off the fruit of the Spirit because of your preconceived ideology of mortal men. Okay? So you're not following the Messiah when he told you to look beneath the surface. Alright? John 7:24. Stop judging superficially. Stop judging based upon outward appearances. Alright? Why do you people continue to do this? Why are you rejecting what the Messiah has said? All to hold on to what Paul said. Okay? Alright? Understand. Paul does not have any authority over the word of the Most High. Okay? His word don't supersede the Messiah's words. Alright? Whenever Paul's words is contrary to that of the Messiah, you'd be wise to choose what the Messiah said versus what Paul said. Okay? So, people, you gotta look beneath the surface so that you are able to judge correctly. Alright? Truth is like an iceberg. Surface level, everybody can see. Alright? So everybody can clearly see what sex I was born. Alright? For the most part. Alright? Now, sometimes, it depends, but sometimes, they can't really tell. Alright? Especially with my voice, okay? But it's just it's natural. I've never taken hormones, okay? I wanted to, but I didn't, okay? But anyway, I'm trying to keep it simple, alright? So let's just say surface level, everybody can see that I was born in a female body, okay? But, those who diligently seek will see below the surface. Alright? I'm much deeper than what sex I was born. Alright? That does not sum me up as a woman. Okay? I don't fit the social stigma, the social construct of what it means to be a woman, what it means to be born in a female body and reach a certain age. Alright, I don't fit that mold, okay? Therefore, I don't like being referred to as a woman because on surface level, in the mentality of most of humanity, they have a mental image, a mental picture, a social construct already formed in their mind before they ever even get to know me. Okay? And that, my people, has irked me the entirety of my life. Alright? That is what motivated me more so to identify with trans men. Okay? Because if I must, fit some kind of gender, alright, in order to live in this reality, because you people want to put people in boxes, alright, well, the box that I select is trans men, because that fits me way more than a category of woman. Okay? I'm not born a man, alright? Therefore, I don't claim to be a biological man. Okay? But I am not the social construct of what it means to be a woman in this reality. All right, I don't identify with that. I don't live that lifestyle. Okay, so I don't fit that. Therefore, there has to be another category for people like me. All right, and that category is a trans man, trans male. Okay, trans male, trans man. Along with that come the male pronouns. Okay, because trans man fits me. Okay, woman does not fit me. All right, I don't live according to this society's interpretations, this society's social construct of how a woman lives. All right, my life is completely different from that. All right, so you need to allow me. If you are of the Father, you would respect me. You would respect my differences. You would not be trying to force me into a category in which I don't fit. Okay? I fit trans men. Alright? Not transsexual because I did not have a sex change. Alright? But my gender is that of the male persuasion, that of the male gender. All right, again, gender is a social construct. All right, so I'm being all my life I'm strong armed into freaking fitting into a box of gender. Well, I don't fit into the biological box of a man, okay, and I don't fit into the box of a woman. Okay, like and it's not a biological man box. All right, it's a biological male. All right, because again, man is a social construct. All right, I don't want to lose nobody. All right, so the box of biological male, I don't fit in that box because I was not born biologically a male. Okay, so like I can't really say I'm a natural born cis male. No, that would be a lie. Okay, and being born in a female body in this society and their social freaking construct of what it means to be born in a female body. All right, I don't fit society's interpretation of that. All right, I don't live that lifestyle, so I don't fit in that box. All right, therefore, I was seeking all my life for, like, well, where do I fit? Okay, and all right, so trans man fits me best. All right, it describes what's best for me. All right, in this reality that I'm forced to live in. Okay, now those who truly get to know me would know this for a certainty. All right, that I don't live according to the typical standards of most women. Okay, so anyway, I had to use this because, bro, I was created and constructed very deep. All right, I'm not a surface level thinker. All right, um, the waters run deep with me. Okay, I am not superficial. I am the opposite of superficial. All right, and those who truly get to know me, will love me. Okay, it's just the way the Father created me, um, bro. It's like that one. Let me look this up again. Not KJV. I need the definition. All right, unpleasant. All right. This is only because people refuse to allow themselves to get to know me. All right. They are afraid. And I didn't know this pretty much all my life. I didn't know people were afraid of me. All right. But when people are afraid, like, what you got to understand is those who are afraid are the most dangerous. All right, they're the ones that will go to the extreme to get rid of what they're afraid of. All right, so being who I was my whole life and being surrounded by people who took it unpleasantly, all right, my unusual and strange ways was not readily accepted at all right, but it ran people off, okay? Um, and so anyway, bro, I'm not trying to ramble on forever. We're already over an hour and I gotta get through this thing, okay? So, understand, people. Truth is not gonna be on surface level. Alright? It's gonna be way deeper. It runs very deep, okay? Now let's play this back again.
You gotta get past what something appears to be on surface level. Alright? Because if you don't, then you will continue to follow the status quo. And when you continue to follow the status quo, you're going to continue to reject the word by way of the Spirit that comes from the Father, who has his people here trying to help you before imminent destruction upon the wicked. Because it's time. It's time. They're about to reap their just deserts. And only the ones who are obedient are going to be spared the great tribulation that's happening upon the unrepentant.
All right. And that's the tribulation that is coming very, very soon. It's already starting, all right? And it's really, bruh, it confused me my whole life. I did not understand how everyone that lies and that's fake and superficial, I seen it all my life, all right, with the popular cool kids, okay? I could see through the fakeness, all right? They all acted the same, all right? They even put it in your face in the movies, Mean Girls and whatnot. The superficial lifestyle, okay? Like, I just never understood why these people were put on a pedestal. Those that, just because they got money, just because, they wear cool looking clothes and whatnot. Surface level trivial shit, this is why they were liked. This is why they were popular. And their heads were swole with it, alright? Because they had money, they had status, they had clout, they had honors of men, all right? They were popular, all right? But I was very unpopular because even before I knew what I was doing, I would speak the truth and people hated me for it, okay? I was never a sugarcoater, but I wasn't doing it in order to deliberately hurt people. All right, and this is when I was a child. Okay, I would correct things as a child. All right, and just adults around me, they would belittle me. Okay, you will not be popular living holy, because your life will expose the darkness in others, and many will hate you for it. Okay? So I was hated my whole life. Alright? Yes.
Those who refuse to repent. Like, bruh, we started this out even talking about this money, this economic system. Alright? It is about your heart. Okay? If you have an abundance of what the wicked has set up and established for us to live our life upon the earth, then you will want to do what you can to help his people that are impoverished. Okay? There ain't no way you can say you're righteous and hold on to all of your abundance that was gotten in wickedness to begin with. You have a divine opportunity. The Most High is not going to let you hold on to the blessing bag of Lucifer and spare you. No, you choose with your free agency to hold on to the blessing bag of Lucifer. That is your choice. And I don't hate you for it. All right? I don't even condemn you. You're condemning yourself. The Most High is not going to condemn you. You condemn yourself because of your choice. You have free agency. You want to hold on to fool's gold and throw out divine love? That's your choice. I am here to make it very crystal clear so that people can make a logical determination for themselves. Walk in love, for real, not vain lip service, or continue in the status quo that is all about the
money. Now, we're going to play that last little part back again, but give me just a moment. Because I want to make a point to say that I did not create this meme, alright? I would not have created it with a death apparatus, okay? Alright? It should just be light, okay? Not this cross crap, alright? But just light, alright? Come to the light, the everlasting light, the living power, alright? Not no cross, okay? Like, understand. Alright, that cross is from ignorance. They are ignorantly thinking that it is the cross that's saving them. No, it is not, okay? Now, you cannot serve both the Most High, living power, and money, okay? You can have one or the other, alright? Now, if you have an abundance of this money, alright, if you truly pick my power, alright, you want redemption, you want salvation, alright, you will have to impart out of your abundance of substance to his servant that have been long-suffering. Yes, because that is the righteous thing to do. You have an abundance of the resource that was established by the wicked. Okay? The wicked put a value on money. Okay? So if you have an abundance of money, alright, and you know his servant is in need, then you would want to take out of your abundance and fill his servant where we are lacking. Okay? That is righteousness. That is showing love. That's showing compassion. That's showing mercy. That is showing empathy. All right? That is truly being obedient to the Great Spirit. Because the Great Spirit told you to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Do for your neighbor that which you will want done for yourself. Refrain from doing to your neighbor things that you wouldn't want done to yourself. You know that which I speak is the absolute truth. Okay? But you can hold on to your ideology and merge these two gods, all right? And that just makes it to where your God is money. All right? When you merge both God and money together, understand that's the adversary in which you worship. All right? You want to believe that your money came from God? Best believe it. It came from your God. Okay? Lucifer. All right? Yes. I don't care what the hell you want to believe. All right? Because I know that the living power did not create money, did not put a value upon the resources on this earth, did not give the earth in the hands of the wicked. No, he did not. All the Most High did was withdraw his protection from the disobedient covenant people and allowed the worst of the heathen to come take our blessing. Okay? So all of this time, You all got to come rape, rob, murder, pillage, and just walk all over the indigenous people and live the American dream all this time. Okay? While the indigenous seed of this land had no idea who we were, where our lands were, why we were being mistreated, why all of these things was happening to us. No, we had no understanding of any of it. Okay? But many of you nations, you know that we are indigenous to this land. You know that we deserve to be restored as a people. So when you set your heart against that, but you hold on to the blessing bag of Lucifer, understand you don't serve the true and living power. Your God is the adversary, okay? And you have every right to serve the adversary, for you cannot serve both my God and money, all right? So go ahead and keep serving your God, all right? That's what you choose.
Walk in love, for real, not vain lip service, or continue in the status quo that is all about the money. Okay? Worship the God of money. Continue to worship the God of money till your judgment day. But you're going to stop gaslighting his people that can clearly see. You're not going to force us to do what you do. I ain't on this earth to pine after money. I don't care about money, and I don't care about my life enough to pine after it. I don't save my own damn life. I can care less, bruh. I'm here to do the will of my maker. So, you ain't gonna get me in no rat race. But if you got love in your heart, for real, then you will be looking out for me. You will be making sure that I have what I want and need out of your abundance. That's real, genuine love. That's real, genuine compassion. That's real, genuine kindness. That's real, genuine empathy. And that's what I cherish. I cherish a kind heart. I cherish real love. I cherish real compassion. I don't cherish your money. On that note, shalom.
1 John 4:20, if a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he has seen, how can he love the Most High, whom he has not seen? Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear has torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he has seen, how can he love the Most High, whom he has not seen? And this instruction have we from him, that he who loveth the Most High, living power, love his brother also. All right. Love one another. By this we know what love is. The Most High demonstrated with his life the eternal law of love, okay, and life. We ought to also follow suit. His sheep hear his voice and we follow. All right? I am not earning money. All right? I'm spending my time, energy, and effort being a vessel of honor, doing the will of my Maker. Okay? Demonstrating his oracles in my mortality and the face of humanity. If anyone with earthly possessions sees his brother in need, but withholds his compassion from him, how can the love of the Most High abide in him? Whoso hath this world's goods, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how could the Most High, how could the love of the Most High dwell in that person that's shutting up their bowels of compassion? Little children, let us not love in word and speech, but in action and truth. All throughout the scriptures, you can see all of these cross references. How you are supposed to have compassion upon the poor. Whoever oppresses the poor taunts their Maker, but whoever is kind to the needy honors him. You need to understand that it was the wicked that established this economic system. So why are you helping the wicked punish those who don't bow down to it? Whoever shuts his ear to the cry of the poor, he too shall cry out and receive no answer. Suppose a brother or sister is without substance. I got many videos bringing this stuff out, people. Alright. If one of you tells him, go in peace, stay warm and well fed, but does not provide for his physical needs, what good is that? It's good for nothing. It's vain lip service. Alright? The Messiah gonna tell you, to the righteous, for I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. Alright, you had compassion, you had kindness, you had love, you had mercy and empathy within your heart, and you demonstrated them things. Alright, you demonstrated those qualities to his people. Therefore, you did it for him. Okay? Luke 3:11, John replied, whoever has 2 tunics should share with him who has none. Whoever has food should do the same. Whoever has this world's goods, alright, should do the same. It is immoral to hoard an abundance of money when there are those living in poverty and in need, especially the Father's people who are operating in their purpose. Okay? If you claim to be of the Father and the family of the Most High, if you really professing out your mouth that you're for his kingdom, but you got an abundance of the resources of this world, which is money, and you look your nose down upon your fellow brethren in this work and you refuse to help out of your abundance, do you realize what kind of judgment is going to be coming upon your head? Hearken, my beloved brethren, has not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he has promised to those of us that love him? You are supposed to be generous and kind-hearted people, not cold-hearted, according to the wisdom of this world. All right? You're going to have to renew your mind. All right? Religion has combined God and money. Therefore, they have taught you to worship the adversary. All right? But the scripture clearly tells you that you cannot serve both the true and living power and money. Because money ain't eternal. Alright, so you're going to have to separate the two. Alright, you got to quit looking at it like money and God is the same thing. It's not. Alright, money ain't eternal. Alright, but the living power is. Energy is. Alright? And the things that you do to your neighbor, all for selfishness and greed and capitalism, is of the adversary. Alright? You ain't got a heart of compassion or kindness or empathy, love, any of them things. Your heart is filled with a heart after money. Okay? So that means you got the mark of the beast in your forehead. Alright? There is a way which seemeth right unto a man. Alright? The wisdom of this world teaches you that you need to be a responsible adult. Alright? You need to take care of yourself. Alright? But it's a trap that you don't know about. Alright? Because you cannot serve both the living power and money. And when this world has basically turned your heart into worshiping money, therefore you're not seeking the true and living power, but you want to mistreat those of us who have, and we're speaking this word to you and you want to mistreat us, well, bruh, you're in the valley of decision. We're instructed to make this crystal clear to you. Choose you this day who you will serve, because you cannot serve both the true and living power and this money that's been established by the wicked. Okay? You can't serve two masters. Alright? For either you're going to love one and hate the other, or you're going to hold to the one and despise the other. No servant can serve two masters. Alright? In the end thereof are the ways of death. Alright? Because if your heart is set upon money, then your heart is going to be against the oracles of the Great Spirit. Alright? And that's your choice. Alright? Wherever your heart is, that's where your treasure is. Alright? For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. It does not matter what the hell you confess out your mouth. It doesn't matter what you psych yourself out to believe in your heart. Okay? Because your treasure is in your heart. Alright? Wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is. Alright? Your heart is filled with your money, your materialistic things, your carnal pleasures of the flesh. Alright? For many of you. Okay? But for me, my heart was never after that. Alright? My heart was after the true and living power. Alright? My heart was after, wisdom and knowledge. I wanted to know why I was here. Okay? So, bruh, you are in the valley of decision. Okay? um, you know, the Most High allowed y'all to come over here and rob us, okay? For he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a violent man. This is what the worst of the heathen have been priding themselves upon. Okay? And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and one gathereth eggs that are left have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. Alright, so understand, Gentiles. Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? This is not saying that the Most High is the one that caused them to do all of these things, but the Most High allowed it. All right? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? They would not have been allowed over here had the Most High been protecting us like he was doing before. Okay? He removed protection. All right? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift itself up as if it was no wood. All right, bruh, understand the only reason you Gentiles and all you nations were able to come over here to these lands and destroy us, get up above us very high, and put us down very low was because the Most High allowed you to do this for a period of time. He allowed your Psalms 83. He allowed you to steal our inheritance. He allowed you to steal our identity. He allowed you to portray yourselves to the world as us and diminish us this entire time. All right? So understand. Therefore shall the Most High, the Lord of hosts, send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a burning like the burning of a fire. And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame. And it shall burn and devour his thorns and his briars in one day, and shall consume the glory of his forest, and of his fruitful field, both soul and body. And they shall be as when a standard bearer fainteth. All right? They can't stand against this truth that we've been given to speak. All right? For he has given us a mouth with wisdom, where none of our adversaries are able to gainsay. And the rest of the trees of his forest shall be few, that a child may write them. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Most High, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Okay? I'm about truth. I'm about liberation. I'm about authenticity. Okay? Now, you people want to keep casting me off as if I'm nothing. You want to keep debasing me. You're not doing it just to me. You're doing it to the one that you have been professing. And that's what's sad. Okay? On that note, I'm done. I fulfilled my duty. Alright? 133, 39, 40. Alright? I'm getting up off of here. Alright? When we come back tomorrow, I'll be on that. I guess it's like a follow-up. Alright? I think that's what the Father wants me to bring out next, okay? Again, the name of it, let me see if I can pull it up fast. Yeah, you refuse to confess me before men. All right? So if you continue to refuse to confess him before men, understand which side you're choosing. On that note, shalom.